Hi, I'm Chew Lee. I'm currently the Deputy Center Director at Center for Research in Practice and Pedagogy in NIE. I started my career as a science teacher about 20 years ago, completed my master's in NIE, and I was introduced to knowledge building by Professor Tan Seng Chi and brought it to my class as a master's student and saw it change the discourse in my classroom. It really makes me look at pedagogical innovation differently, and I then decided to spend more time understanding knowledge building. It led me to my PhD in University of Toronto, and after my PhD, I came back to Education Technology Division, given a chance to continue to work on knowledge building classroom with a project known as Propel T. And from then on, I started working closely with teachers, one teacher, one school at a time, designing knowledge building. And I thank all the teachers who opened up their classroom to me. I sat in their classroom, figure out ways to creatively work with them, work with teachers, and to see ideas, students' ideas being improved. And in 2016, when I was still in ETD, Prof. Hung in NID supported me in my first knowledge building symposium, and we gathered 100 over teachers in NIE, this talking and learning and building knowledge on this pedagogy. And from then on, knowledge building community was formed in Singapore, and we have been meeting the teachers at least 3 times a year, really creating model of knowledge building for Singapore. And right now, I've been exploring knowledge building, developing learning analytics to support knowledge building, as well as looking at the executive function of cognitive flexibility, which is really inherent to the process of knowledge building, where students get to generate and explore different pathways of inquiry. I try to push the boundary of knowledge building in ways that is meaningful and purposeful to the teachers, to the practitioner here in Singapore. I think to me, knowledge building is a way of thinking, is a way of exploring the world. For me as an adult, it kept my mind alert and vigilant to new ideas, new perspective. Whether I agree with it or not is secondary. Now, even the opposing idea allows me to gain deeper understanding of the topic that I'm exploring, and that's important to me. We all have ideas tested within our bigger value system, and KB provides me the thinking scaffold to do that. For the younger one, I just love to see their eyes sparkle when they realize that their ideas, their questions are worth it. And in class, they take on the responsibility because they own it. When you see a 5 years old starting exploring food wastage and asking the mother, why do you have to buy 2 bottles of the same thing every time? Is it for sale? Or can we really finish it? When you see a primary 3 students, a group of primary 3 students going to the science center, saw the nymphs crawling out of the hissing cockroach stomach and says that, teacher, why is it that we name it insect when it's actually not giving birth to eggs? And when you see history student understanding through the use of KB scaffold, the complexity of historical event, you know that these are the ways that students' mind should be exploring, should be learning, and should be curious about the world. And what inspired me are the work of these students, and what inspired me is also the work of the people and the teachers I met. I learned knowledge building with. Of course, the many teachers from classroom, they have opened up their classroom and allowed me to see them work with multiple challenges, but just focusing on supporting their children in idea improvement process. So that's really valuable to me, and that has inspired me, my work till today. I think there is 2 things that work for me that I would like to share with those on their PhD journey. First, You got to be interested in education. You got to have the real world problem of practice that you care about and you want to contribute to understanding the problem. Educational research is about building knowledge that matters for education and for society. It does sound lofty, but when you try to submit your 200-page of thesis, but it is so real that interest, that investment you put in writing that thesis, it must be meaningful to your journey. And your PhD doesn't end at the submission of thesis, it actually just begins after you submitted your thesis. And you got to really sharpen your craft, your mind, and your knowledge as a researcher. Be genuinely interested in improving education idea in the world and be prepared to work very hard. To work hard on your ideas, to really be rigorous and systematic in the way you approach the research so that the world hears your idea. Finally, find your own place in this fast-paced and competitive world of endless research opportunity. The truth is, the power is seldom in the hand of researcher, but that's okay. What matters is not researcher having control, but to researcher, what matters is our contribution. And as education researcher, I would say, meet your research with humility and meet the world with grace.